Chapter 10, the importance and growth of multinational companies. The importance and growth of multinationals. Multinationals contribute about 10% to the world GDP and about 66% to global exports. They have a significant and increasing role in the world economy. The number of multinationals in the world has increased from about 7,000 in the 70s to about 78,000 in 2005. Between them, they employ over 70 million workers. That's around 10% of the global workforce.
So much companies.
The role played by multinationals in the global economy is likely to remain important well into the future. So multinationals, according to the words, the sentences here, or according to the article here, said they have contributed over 10% to world gross domestic products. So which means they have employed also more than 3% globally. So, and they will continue to do that as year comes towards the future. So examples of multinationals, these are examples of multinationals.
Walmart,
China National, and so on. These are multinationals anyway. So how are multinationals developed? So how do they get this development from? How? What has helped them to develop? Number one, economies of scale.
Advantage.
Cost advantage.
Yes.
Many companies have developed into multinationals because larger companies enjoy lower cost. This is because they can exploit economies of scale. Businesses that sell to global markets will produce more than those who just sell to domestic markets. Therefore, their costs will be lower. Multinationals are powerful and can put pressure on suppliers to lower their prices. Also, multinationals have access to cheap global resources, such as labor, capital, and commodities. The first reason why you would want to become a multinational is because when you are a multinational business, it means you will be able to enjoy or exploit economies of scale. Because you'll be able to exploit. Why? Because you have access to capital, access to customers, access to raw materials.
Using it for advantage.
Yes, that is the point. So that's the first influence. The second one, marketing. Some firms have become multinationals by relying on effective marketing. Firms such as Starbucks and McDonald's are good examples. These are low-tech firms that have developed a successful brand at home and then exploited it globally. Both companies face fierce competition in their markets. However, they have protected their brands with patents and used heavy advertising and innovative marketing to attract customers
globally.
What is patents? That means you protect your intellectual property, you protect your brand. Whatever you protect, basically your intellectual property, your own idea, nobody takes it. So whatever your ideas are, whatever you have come up with, your innovation, nobody touches it. Whatever you invented.
I understand.
Do you understand? So that's what they are saying here. So marketing, every marketing, like advertisement, has really helped some businesses to be able to, to remain multinational. The third one, technical and financial superiority. Most multinationals have developed into large businesses over a period of time. Enjoying superiority, they have developed advanced technologies and built a huge bank.
Superiority, what is?
At the top, being at the top, having more advantage than others.
Oh, yeah, I get it. So
they have developed advanced technologies and built a huge bank of knowledge. They can also afford to invest heavily in research and development. They are experienced and can afford to employ the most talented people available. They also have the resources to take risks and diversify. As a result, they can explore business ventures that small firms could never dream. Another reason why they are multinationals is that they have, as a multinational, it gives you the financial and technical superiority against your competitors, against local businesses. So because you're a big business.
Basically, you're in the top.
You always be at the top. Your position will be high.
Competitors will be lower. They will not get absolute money as you. And you have basically a very big advantage.
You have access to whatever you need in terms of finance, in terms of technology. Is it clear?
Yeah.
The next one, larger customer base. As multinationals,
so obvious.
Yeah, you will sell to large numbers of customers cut across the world.
So obvious to multinational.
Yeah.
First thing you think of multinational is customer base.
Yes.
It's obvious.
You have customers cut across the world.
Yeah.
The next one, lower cost. Lower cost here is not just about economies of scale. Lower cost here is talking about reduced cost of transportation. As multinationals, instead of when you're a multinational, you don't have to travel. You don't have to export your goods to anywhere in the world. You can set up your business in any country where you have large customer base.
Mm.
So setting up in a country that you have large customer base allows you to reduce your cost on transportation. That is a lower cost. Instead of you exporting your exporting your products to another country, you can definitely set up in that country. And that takes away the cost of transporting your product there.
Mm.
Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Yeah.
Higher profile. Your reputation is always high. People respect your brand because you're a multinational.
People see you in good.
Yeah. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Avoiding trade barriers. As a multinational, setting up here does not stop. It means if you are able to set up here, whatever laws that stop people from other businesses from bringing their products here would never stop you because you're already here. So when you're a multinational, you avoid trade barriers because you can have access to any country. You can freely trade your goods and services cut across international borders. Do you get it or not?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Lower taxes. Multinationals always like to set up where their taxes are, countries that taxes are low.
Yeah.
And it helps them to increase their profit. Is it clear?
Obvious. Like multinational, since you have more countries, then it's easier to find the
A country that has a lower tax rate.
Yeah. Or locations that has lower
tax rate. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So go to the benefits of debt, please. Benefits of multinationals to a country or economy. The first benefit of MNCs are one, increase in income and employment. When multinationals set up operations overseas, income in those countries rises. Multinationals, when they set up in your country, when they set up here, income will rise. Why? Because they will bring employment. They will employ the locals. Yes or no? Yeah. And when they employ them, that means the income level will rise in the country. Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Very clear.
So, increase in tax revenue. When multinationals set up here, the government of Libya will be able to, multinationals will pay taxes, profit on taxes to the government of Libya.
Yeah.
So that increases tax revenue for government. And one of the sources of government revenue is through taxation. Is it clear? The third one, it increase in exports. If multinationals are setting up in Libya, whatever they produce here has to be exported to other countries, yes or no? And this helps the balance of payments.
So it can be increased to many countries, basically.
So they can sell to any other country.
So the exports can be increased.
It counts for the Libyan GDP.
Yeah. And it can be increased to many countries.
Many countries.
Yeah.
Yes. Transfer of technology. Multinationals often provide foreign suppliers with technical help, training, and other information. They may also help local suppliers to purchase resources and modernize product facilities. With more multinational companies, when they come into this country, they come with equipment, sophisticated ones. Yes or no? Just imagine McDonald's is coming here, Shell is coming here, Starbucks is coming here. They come with technology. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So that means Libyan society, Libyan environment will be able to witness sophisticated and advanced technology. Is it clear? Improvement in the quality of human capital. When we talk about human capital, we're talking about the skills that you have added, the knowledge that you have added that will be useful for your firms, for your companies, for your employees. So what does multinationals do? Multinationals, they come with wealth of experience. Yes. They train your workers. They train the Libyan society. They train the Libyan workers. Yes or no? And this improves the skills and knowledge of the Libyan workers. So that improves human capital. Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
So we're talking about the advantages of multinationals or benefits of multinationals to an economy or a country. Clear? Is it clear, please? The last one, enterprise development. When multinationals set up, a lot of small businesses will be able to rise because of them. Just imagine Starbucks, yes, McDonald's, a lot of multinational companies come in here. A lot of people will build houses to be able to rent it out for foreigners. Yes or no? Enterprise is built. When a lot of multinationals are here, a lot of foreigners are here, Libyan business people, Libyan businessmen will start thinking about what they can sell. Yes or no?
Yeah.
It builds enterprise. What can they sell to these people? So what are the services that they can render to these foreigners? These are services. Yes. So that's enterprise development. Is it clear? Any question about the benefits of multinationals? No. So we go to the possible drawbacks, the problems about multinationals. That's the problems. Number one, environmental damage. Multinationals like Shell, ExxonMobil, British Petroleum, when they come into here, are you with me, please?
Yes, I'm
They
with you.
explore oil.
Mm.
So they dig oil, they mine gold, they mine these things.
Mm.
They cause pollution.
Mm.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
So these are these are environmental damage. So the more the
yes.
businesses, all manufacturing businesses will damage the environment.
Mm.
So they come in, they produce, and this production will lead to pollution.
Mm.
That's the first one. Clear? Is it clear, please?
Clear.
Exploitation of less developed countries. It is sometimes argued that multinationals bring the exploitation to developing nations. So multinationals may encourage developing countries to rely on producing primary products. This is risky because the prices of primary products can change sharply, which causes variation in income. Relying on one industry also makes developing nations vulnerable. So what they are saying is simply this. Multinationals, they can exploit developing countries that are just coming up. How can they exploit them? By convincing them not to develop their country, by convincing them that they don't have to become secondary sector, that they should remain primary sector.
What?
Do you get the point I'm making here?
Like,
so instead of multinationals, instead of developed countries to produce or to allow African countries that are considered developing to buy equipment that would help their secondary sector, they would not allow them to buy equipment. They would rather tell them to export raw materials to developed countries to convert them into finished goods. So instead of converting raw materials in Africa, we convert it into finished goods abroad. So, and because the raw materials are cheap, they take crude oil out of Africa, and Africa will buy petroleum, will buy diesel, will buy kerosene from these developed countries. Crude oil has a lot of resources, has a lot of components.
Obviously.
African countries will sell crude oil. Developed countries, are you with me, please?
I'm with you, yeah.
Developed countries would split them into kerosene, gas, diesel, and the rest, and start selling back to African countries at higher prices. That is exploitation of less developed countries. Is it clear?
Clear.
Multinationals often pay low wages.
So basically, the business tricking less developed countries to basically they use it as their own advantage. Exploit.
Yes, that's the point there. Multinationals also they pay low wages to workers in developed countries. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Taxes paid to the host nation are often minimal. Multinationals, they do not pay real tax because they pay taxes in their head office. So they don't pay the real tax to African countries.
Yes.
As little as possible, it's put back into the country because this would reduce the amount of profit made by the multinationals. Multinationals, the profit they make, they take it back to their country, not the country that they are setting up. So that is repatriation of profits. Lack of accountability. Some argue that because multinationals are so large and powerful, they lack accountability. This means they may be able to evade the law, especially in countries where the government is weak or corrupt. Also, multinationals may be keener to operate where regulation is insufficient or non-existent. However, pressure groups may monitor multinationals. This helps to improve accountability. The last point is about lack of accountability. Multinationals, because they are so powerful, they have money, they influence government decisions. They like to set up in countries that are corrupt, that their government are corrupt. They just bribe their way around things. So they evade laws. Nobody's going to check what they do. You get it? But with the help of the pressure groups, these things are being monitored. So their excesses are being, reduced. Is it clear?
Clear.
Any question about that?
Yeah, no.
So go to the multiple choice questions.
So basically, the drawbacks are basically using bad things as exploiting bad things.
Yeah, because they are powerful. They are economically they have economic power, so they can influence government workers, government officials.
So basically, they exploit anything that is negative
into
something good
to their own advantage.
Yeah, as their own advantage.
Yes, their own advantage. So we have the multiple choice question for chapter 10, globalization. So number 1, which of the following is a benefit to a business of becoming a multinational?
Okay, let's see. The ability to offer a more personal service. This economies of scale.
We talked about economies of scale.
Yeah,
which
cost,
is
advantage
because of expansion.
Yeah.
Listen, please. A cost advantage as a result of expansion. That is economies of scale.
Okay.
This is these economies of scale, which means you are expanding, but you are witnessing a high cost of production. Instead of you to witness a low cost of production, you are witnessing a high cost of production, despite you expanding. That is these economies. Do you get these economies of scale? So what are you saying?
So basically, it's the disadvantage of cost.
A cost disadvantage. I like that. A cost disadvantage. Thank you. I like that. All right. So.
Okay, improved cash flow, access to wider markets.
Okay, so which one is the benefit of
access to wider markets?
Access to wider markets. Great. Question 1.
So obvious.
Question 2.
Okay, number 2. Which of the following is a benefit to a nation that hosts a multinational? Which is the benefit? Higher tax revenues, higher interest rates, lower levels of government spending, less competition. Higher tax revenue.
Thank you. Government will make more taxes. Great.
Yeah.
Question 3.
Okay. Which of the following is a possible disadvantage to a nation that hosts a multinational? The transfer of technical knowledge, the higher inflation, less competition, and possible
exploitation of workers.
The possible exploitations of workers.
Great, that's question.
Because you're gonna give workers less pay than usual.
Thank you. We go to
That's
question.
the disadvantage.
Yeah. Question 4.
Okay, number 4. Which of the following is a means by some multinationals may avoid accountability? Attempt to evade.
Accountability means
evade.
Okay.
B. Attempt to evade or manipulate the law.
The law, yes. That's the answer. B. Question 4 is B. So that ends chapter 10.
Yes.
Well done. So what I wanted to say is that, accountability itself means taking responsibility of your actions.
Yes.
Taking responsibility of your actions.
Since there's no accountability, there's no responsibilities, means you can literally
do whatever you do.
You can literally break the law.
Thank you. So that ends chapter 10.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Really? Yeah, okay.
So we end today's class. I don't have doubts in my mind that you're going to have A. I don't have doubt in my mind that you are A candidate.